YouTube? What's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 3. It's gonna be a long video here today. I know you guys like those, and I'm gonna be sticking to those. It means that I'm not gonna be able to upload every single day though, so I decided to give you guys the hour-long videos that you guys want. I will stick to uploading every other day, so you'll get 4 videos a week. Maybe some weeks you'll get more, depending on if I'm just mass recording a whole bunch of videos in one given day, but I'll do my best to make sure I at least give you guys an hour-long video every other day, starting Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So, we are halfway through the season, and I believe we have Cosmo Gal, who is our newest 2-year-old. She'll be making her debut in her maiden race in July, which is very close. We acquired Forever Beat, and we have For Courtney, which I believe is one of our originals who, clearly one of our originals. She's won one race. I have 10 lifetime starts, so I believe she's about to be racing right now, actually. So we have For Courtney, we have Cosmo Gal, and then we have Forever Beat, which I did not add to my spreadsheet. Yeah, okay, so For Courtney, this is one of our originals. She's 3 years old, and we're the favorite here, going 9 furlongs on the turf. She likes to race. Where's the back? So, make sure we get her in the right position. As always, appreciate you guys' love and support. Make sure to smash the like button. It does help out a lot. And make sure you follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/horse-racing-gamer. We have over 300 followers on there, so appreciate all you guys that are following over there. If you're not, like I said, go ahead and get over there on Instagram if you happen to follow me. Some people have asked me about Twitter. I give up on Twitter. Twitter has become a pain in the butt for me, because every time I create a new account, even if I'm not on the account for weeks, it locks me out of my accounts constantly. Keep in mind, I'm somebody that has made part of my living through Twitter, marketing Twitter, monetization, creating accounts, managing all that stuff. So I know the ins and outs of Twitter, but they've become so strict on just making new accounts and the amount of activity you do on an account. So for me to even thrive on Twitter like I used to, it's not worth it. Instagram is much more user friendly, so I will not be making another Twitter unless I really want to. But like I said, follow me on Instagram for sure. So here we go with For Courtney. We got 1.5 furlongs. See if we can run them down here on the outside. And it looks like we are doing good with For Courtney. Now we have a challenger coming up, but I think we're just going to get there at the wire. Like I said, I don't like just laying the whip on the horse for the whole stretch. It's so obnoxious, and I don't even know if we got that. That's close, but I think we should have got it. Yeah, the photo finishes in this game actually work. Unlike Gallop Racer 2004, sometimes they screw you out of a photo finish, even if, you know, you really did win. But in this game, they actually get it right. Now, what's the taunt celebration? Which one is it? No. Okay, it's none of those. Oh, triangle? Oh, got it. I couldn't remember. But that's a good win for For Courtney. Very good win, going 9 furlongs. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. So, yeah, like I said, that's just for anybody wondering why I don't have a Twitter. I used to. It's been a while, though, but, you know, it's just Twitter has just become such a pain. It's not even worth it anymore. And not to mention, I like to post images more anyway, so I like Instagram for the fact that I can just post, you know, the images the way I want. So we have all fillies. I didn't even realize that. We have all fillies right now, so that is amazing. And my spreadsheet is actually not even on. That's... Oh, that's quite annoying. Give me a second here. Well, my spreadsheet is... My Wi-Fi isn't working on my laptop. That's what I meant to say. Well, it happens sometimes. Because I'm not connected, which is unusual. Alright, so Forever Beat. I've only ran with her once. 7 to 10 furlongs. She likes to go on the turf, so... Let's see what we can get her in open competition. Linden, we'll go ahead and run her here. Okay, For Courtney gets her 2nd win on the season. So that was a great one to have acquired. Like I said, I'm just trying to get my laptop to cooperate with me here for my spreadsheet. I could pull it up on my phone and just Don't want to do that. It's much easier when the laptop's right there in front of you, but the laptop's not going to work. I guess I have to use the phone. Okay, so now it's time for us to make, well, for her to make her maiden debut, our newest 2-year-old filly, Cosmo Gal, out of, well, I would tell you guys, but give me a second, because again, my spreadsheets are taking forever to pull up. I'm going to have to restart my laptop, which is a pain, but we'll make it work. Alright, so field of 7, I like it. And we are the favorites, so that is already good news for Cosmo Gal. Favorite in her maiden race. Can she break her maiden? Pretty competitive field, though. I would say besides the 2-horse Dry Angel and the 1-horse, the other 4 horses, including us, which would make 5 horses total, have a chance to win this race. So this is going to be pretty close in this field of 7 going 6 furlongs. Cosmo Gal, let's go ahead and take a look at her. There she is. Pink and white mask with the blue shadow roll. White blinkers. She looks good. Let's get ready to roll with her and see how she does in this race. And I'll tell you guys who she's out of right quick. Just give me a second here. May not be able to pull it up till after the race. So I actually know my spreadsheet did pull up fairly quickly. I'm in dark. There's dark mode on spreadsheet. Interesting. Alright, well, I'll show you guys in a bit after this race. There we go. And we're off. Great start here for Cosmo Gal. We got to get her to the front. She doesn't need to be leading. We just need to get her to the front. In fact, if we can just keep her behind a horse or two, she should be relatively comfortable. Now, I don't want you dropping that much. She's in the yellow, green. She's in the blue right now. Okay, so she's pretty comfortable right here. Now she's in the green again. So it's a little difficult trying to adjust her speeds. It's something I'll have to become accustomed to. Alright, and we got to get going. I kind of fell asleep. I was looking at my spreadsheet here, but we should get a nice trip. Oh, look at this spurt. Look at this spurt from Cosmo Gal. We're going to swing right here through the middle. And we're going to get these horses at the wire. Yet we're just going to get up there in time. Holy cow. What a freaking spurt. And then we definitely could have won that race with ease. I literally looked down on my phone for my spreadsheet at the wrong time. Holy cow. That is a great first debut here for Cosmo Gal. Breaking her maiden. Easily, considering, like I said, we could have won that race by 4 or 5 lengths if I was actually paying attention. So Cosmo Gal, looking good. Our originals in this game are really picking up here. I don't think we have a grade 1 original yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer. So Cosmo Gal is out of she's out of Cosmic Disco, Cruel Power. Or no, she's out of Cosmic Disco was our cult. Oh, Cruel Power, right. She's out of Cruel Power and Cosmic Disco. Gotcha. All right. Forever Beat. She's also a filly. Let me go ahead and add her. That's a good maiden race there. It's a breaker maiden, I should say. Just changes some things here. I do not like editing spreadsheets on my phone. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Cosmic Gal here. You can see her turf rating, 85 overall. Her speed rating is 77. She's one of the fastest horses we've ever had. Her braking is really good. Her dirt rating is not great. So yeah, she's definitely a turf horse. We're not going to even attempt to run her on the dirt, regardless of how appetizing some races appear sometimes. You see her cost is $770. And she should be hitting her peak at around 4.5 years old. So we'll still have her for a solid 2 years. Forever Beat's already in the race. And Fort Courtney. Fort Courtney is a beautiful looking filly here. Her overall turf rating is 80. Her speed rating on the turf is 69. So not too great for her. As you can see, she has a 1-star. Leave for guts. Her temper and incline braking are all not good. Her conditioning's okay. But still, I mean, we were able to get wins with both of these horses. So her cost is only $240. So that just goes to show you she is not as good, obviously, as Cosmo Gal. And then Forever Beat we'll look at right now because we're about to go race. Okay, laptop is working again. I pull up my spreadsheet properly. We're going to be the favorite again 3 times in a row? No, but we have a chance to do some damage here. It's a field of 12 going 7 furlongs. Forever Beat. Let's take a look at this filly. We have all fillies in this game. I can't remember the last time in any of these games where I've just had a full collection of just fillies and no colts, and it's I love it. Like I said, I love fillies, man. I feel like the fillies have always been better with me when it comes to racing in these games. They've always seemed to produce better results in general. Some of them can be, you know, a little mild tempered, just as the colts can, but I think the fillies in general, I don't worry too much about them. You know what I mean? They just seem to have a little bit, you know, of a better going. Now, that wasn't a great start for Forever Beat, and now we're kind of in traffic, so I don't know how this is going to pan out. Well, she's in the blue, so she's comfortable right here, which is kind of shocking. Oh, she'd want to be towards the front. Black Friday. I'm recording this on Black Friday. Okay, we'll start whipping at 2 furlongs if we can get away with it. Here we go. Alright, let's see what Forever Beat can do in the rainy conditions here. She's showing some speed here as we are flying down this straight. We're going to blow past a couple of horses, and she's going to try to get up for a 4th place finish. And it looks like we're going to get up for a 4th place finish there for Forever Beat, which should be a money place finish. We'll take it. We will take it if that is what happened. Yes, we got a 4th place finish for Forever Beat, so that's a good result there. So we've won 2 races so far, and we've came 3rd. So we are looking pretty good for starters. Keep in mind, we still have a long way to go in this game. We're not even at a point where we're constantly dominating in G2s. You know what I mean? I still have to wait till I get those certified G2 horses and quality G1 horses. I don't have any of those. So even though it seems like maybe I've been playing this game for a while, it's still a grind. It's still a grind because the horses are so expensive in the shop. It's not like Gallop Racer 2004 where you just grind money and it's so easy to acquire horses. In this game, you can see Sexy Pageant, who is only an 85 overall turf rated horse, costs $145,000. That is the difference between this game and obviously the later installations of Gallop Racer that were to come afterwards. So Forever Beat, she goes 7 to 10 furlongs on the turf as well. And she's actually not bad. Her star ratings are better than Forever. Her star ratings are better than For Courtney. Her cost is only 110, but she could potentially be a better broodmare if we can get her a win. She's only raced twice. And For Courtney does have 2 wins, so that alone will help her give us a better Gallop Racer original, which I'm just gonna call foals because that's, I mean, let's just be honest, that's what happens. We just, in this game, they just skip the growth stage and they go straight to being 2 years old. But I'm just gonna say foals that we know are just gonna time skip to being 2 years old to keep it simple. So Forever Courtney, she's ready to go again. 7 to 10 on the turf. I don't think she's, I mean, I'll try her in a grade 3. I'm pretty sure. Ooh, no. Don't want to go in there with that handicap. Okay, we can run her here. Cosmo Gal, she still needs some time off, which is fine. But I'm just saving up points because it takes so long to really get the amount of points you want in this game. So I'm not going to spend my points on anything right now because, like I said, it's such a grind to get money and points in this game to get better horses. So it's really not a smart idea to buy anything over, to me, like 3 or 4K, maybe even 5K tops. I just, you know, as hard as it is to get money in this game, any money you spend on a horse, unless you're trying to really, you know, do something certain or specific with it, it's just not worth it. Anyway, this is a field of 12, going 9 furlongs for Courtney. Let's see what she can do. Hopefully everybody had a happy Thanksgiving or happy holidays in general. I always usually just say happy holidays just because I know everybody doesn't celebrate certain holidays. I think it's kind of ignorant to assume everybody in the world celebrates the same thing. So I prefer just to say happy holidays when there is a special holiday around because I don't know what other people may or may not be celebrating. But hopefully you guys had happy holidays. If you did feast out, hopefully you enjoyed that. Always a good time just to be thankful for, I think, anything that we have. You know what I mean? There's always less fortunate people in the world. I think sometimes we lose sight of that. So I think it's just important just to be thankful for the things that you do have and not to be upset about the things that you don't. I always think it could always be worse. You know, there's some people really, really suffering and struggling out here. You know, maybe some of us have obviously gone through that as well. So it's just, I think it's just important to count your blessings, however you have them. You know what I mean? Just never lose sight of that, because sometimes I think we get so caught up in life and school and work. You know, you lose sight of the simple things, honestly. So we got a good runoff here. Got a furlong to go, and we're not really catching the feel. We're just kind of staying right here with them, but she gassed out, and we're gonna get like 6th place, I think, on that finish. What time is it? 2:27. They're probably done racing. There was some horse racing in Japan going on. TBG.com. I'm gonna go check in. Came 6th place. I think they're done racing. I was gonna think about playing a couple of wagers, but I decided not to. Okay, no points for that. It's fine. Cosmo Gal is ready to go again. Here's a look at Cosmo Gal. 85 turf rating, 77 speed rating, as I said beforehand. And you see her cost, you see her price. So if her price is 4,300, you can't. Can you sell horses in this game? Because I wasn't under the impression that you could. Or can you sell horses in this game and just decide not to breed them? Now, I wouldn't sell Cosmo Gal now. I mean, maybe once she retires, but I think she'll be a good horse to use as a brood mare over for Courtney. Anyway, she wants to run. How long did I say? Didn't even put her distance, actually. 7 and 11. 7 to 11 furlongs on the turf. Okay. She won that open pretty easily. I think we can try her in a G2 if it pops up. Or a G3, excuse me. Let's try her in a G3. Because like I said, my horses struggle. They struggle in a G3. There's no sense in moving up in competition at all. But I'm very familiar with what horses can do in this game, G2 and G3 related. So Forever Beat, I know she's not a G3 horse at all. We got to keep her in open. So let's try to run her in the race with the potential most money. 2,400. Ugh. Well, it's 24. Oh, whatever. We'll just run her in Cape Cod. And for Courtney, we'll wait till she's ready to go. But let's go racing. But yeah, this game is still a grind, considering it's the first legitimate game in the entire Gallop Racer series, which I still get comments on my Instagram sometimes of people who have played other Gallop Racer games who never heard about this game, and I'm like, what? This is literally the game that got me into Gallop Racer as a series. I was what, maybe 8 or 9 years old when this game came out, and I played it for the first time. It used to be at I don't know if you guys had them back in the day. There were Giant Eagles that had like a video store inside them, and they would, you know, when you back then you rented videos and video games, and this was one of the games that I would always rent from there. I don't even know how I found it. I was always obsessed with horses. When I was looking for games, I saw this title, or I saw the case of this silver like plated horse, and I'm like, holy cow, is that a racehorse game? I looked on the back, and sure enough, it's horse racing, and I'm like, I gotta get this. And of course, you know, family rents it for me, and that's how I got into the Gallop Racer series. This is the first ever game. And then from there, obviously, I played the other games. By then, I knew how to use the internet in general, so I could look up the other Gallop Racer titles maybe a couple years later when I was like 12 or 13. And of course, I always went to the videos and the game stores anyways just to look for new games. So when I saw them, I was like, yes. But yeah, like I said, it really surprises me that there's quite a bit of people who have played Gallop Racer games that have not touched this game. And I guess it's just different generations or different time periods, because I'm 29 right now. So you're talking about I played this game for the first time literally 20 years ago. This is Gallop Racer 3, which technically came out in 2000, I think, which really means the game was made in, no, the game was made, I think, in 99, and it's called Gallop Racer 2000, or Gallop Racer 3 for Japan. So this game is literally 20 years old. This is the first game in the entire Gallop Racer series officially. And like I said, I was just really surprised at the amount of people that never played. This wasn't the first game that they played in the series. This was literally the first game that got me into Gallop Racer. And my love for the series has not gone away ever since. Alright, let's see what Forever Beat can do. We're going to get squeezed in here. Did I bump a horse? I can't tell if I did or if I didn't. It doesn't look like I did. It looked like I did, but nothing happened to her momentum. She's still fighting, though. That was a close race. We were talking about, what, 7 or 8 across the line? Golly. Yeah, that's a close horse race, man. 7th, wow. I wasn't expecting to do much. Forever Beat, why do I have her? I bought her for a reason, and I can't remember why. I don't think there was anything particularly special about her that stuck out to me, statistically speaking. So I'm not sure what I purchased her for. Maybe I was going to use her for breeding, but why? She is such an average horse at best. Her stamina is okay. Her star ratings are pretty good. Her cost is only 110. I actually don't know what I bought her for. Genuinely. I might be better off. Well, let's actually go to our... Let's see who we have as far as sires and broodmares are concerned. So we still have Indian Goose. We haven't used him with anybody. But his stamina is... I forgot. He's the horse with really good stamina. 10 to 15 furlongs. 83 stam. So we definitely don't want to mess up that line by breeding him with a horse with bad stamina. And Forever Beat stamina is only 60 something. So I can't imagine I was thinking about using her to breed with him. For Courtney, her stamina is 66. Cosmo Gals. Oh, I can't check it here. Hold on. Data. I'm looking at Cosmo Gals stam because hers is about the same too. I don't know what I bought this horse Forever Beat for. I really can't remember. If any of you can remember for me, let me know in the comment section below. I can't remember what I was going to use her for because she's literally just an average horse. Her stamina is 66, nothing special. And I'm afraid if I breed her with Indian Goose, if she doesn't get any wins, that's just going to be a bad. That's just going to be a waste. Now she has a lot of good star ratings. Right, and her stam, like I said, is average, but I don't know. I'm kind of nervous to use her. I'd rather use For Courtney or Forever or Cosmo Gal. Actually, I'm not going to use For Courtney. Her stats are pretty bad. In fact, what is her cost? 5,100. That's it. Ugh. Wish I could sell her. Her cost is not too good. Now, Cosmo Gal, she is how much? She's 4,300. She's actually our most expensive original horse we've ever created in this game. Yeah, her cost is, I should say, it's 770. Her price is 43,000, so she is very expensive. And actually, technically speaking, I should breed her with Indian Goose. I think they would create a really strong offspring. For Courtney, I'm not going to use her, even though she's got some wins to her name, but still. All right, let's get For Courtney in another race. She's got 2 wins, so she's not doing terrible. Yeah, I don't even think she's G3 capable, so we're just not gonna do that. 7 to 10 furlongs for her. I mean, they got these G3s and these G2s open for her, but like I said, I think that's just asking for too much. I don't think she's gonna be capable of winning those races, unfortunately. Running this 10 furlong race here, so Cosmo, Forever, and For Courtney. Okay. Got these horses in the wrong orders on my spreadsheet, which makes things a little annoying. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swap them around. That way I'm not getting this stuff confused. Okay. That's much better. Alright. So, let's see here. For Courtney, we are the favorite. We can dominate these opens. I wish she could run in G3s. We just need more money. I just feel like it's taking forever for me to get up to that point where I can really get a solid grade 1 horse. That's all I need. All I need is one solid grade 1 horse. Doesn't matter if it's a colt or a filly. And that will begin everything for us, I think. That grade 1 horse, breeding it with a decent horse. Hopefully a decent horse that is capable of running grade 1 races and winning them. or at least doing well in them, I should say. I think that's all I really need. I just need one grade 1 horse to kick things off here. 2 would obviously be ideal, because unlike the other Gallop Racer series, like 2003, 2004, where you can use the parents several times throughout their lifetime, and this game is one and done. So, you know, when you breed, you really want to make sure that you're obviously getting the best that you can out of both parents. Otherwise, it's just a waste. 2003 and 2004, you can breed horses with bad horses, and, you know, you can, I mean, you'll be all right. You always have the next year to basically redo or try something new. But this game is just one and done, so you got to be careful with what you do. So I just need one solid grade 1 horse, and I feel like that's just going to open the doors for us. Here we go with Fort Courtney. Oh, I feel like we're getting challenged here. We might get caught. I don't know. This is close. This is why I don't like whipping so soon. I'm not going to say all. It's like 2 people that constantly annoy me. Whip at 2 furlongs. Whip at 2 furlongs. Whip at 2 furlongs. I've made so many clear proving cases for my playing style of why I don't whip at 2 furlongs. It gasses the horses if you're just whipping them for a whole 2 furlongs. And people will blame it on other things, and it's just like, no, you can't blame it on other things. Because if you watch my videos and you watch me race, you notice I win races when I don't play like that. It's only when I say, hey, let me try out this strategy that, you know, so-called experts say I should be doing. I try it and it fails, and then when I go back to playing how I play the game, I win. There's no coincidence there. No coincidence. So no, I will not be whipping my horses for 2 furlongs straight. If I feel like I need to do it to hold off other competitors so I can win the race, okay. But if I feel like it's not needed and it's going to gas my horse like it did in that race, I'm not going to. But figured I'd make an example. Another example. Anyways, this is a G3 for Cosmo Gal. She actually has a chance here. We're the second favorites. So, yeah, let's see how she does. Let's see how she does. But, yeah, I can't remember the username. I'm not trying to come down on whoever that is. But, again, you have to understand how annoying it can be sometimes to get that same comment over and over. And it's as if you don't even watch the videos. Because you wouldn't be leaving those type of comments if you actually watch the videos. If you really watch the videos, you would see the progress I'm able to make playing the way that I play. You wouldn't be telling me to do something else that's going to take me away from winning or doing well. You know what I mean? It's kind of goofy. It's like, why would you tell somebody to stop doing something that's clearly working for them just because it's not the way you want them to play the game? That literally defeats the whole purpose. I've never seen somebody doing well with something and told them, hey, you need to switch this up because you're doing it the way I don't like it. Or you're doing it in a way that I don't like. I want you to play this way. It's like, I love watching other people play these games differently from me. It's different perspectives and different experiences. I love those of you that play these games that don't play it the way I do, because like I said, it's a nice twist. It's like, I know how I play. Watching other people play is very refreshing. I don't understand why people want certain people to play the games the same way. It makes no sense. Now, we tired out with Cosmo Gal here, but the rest of the field is also completely gassed, and we're not going to catch the favorite. But that's a strong G3 finish there. Second place G3 finish. We didn't have enough to catch the favorite, clearly. That horse was not stopping. But that's a strong second place finish for Cosmo Gal. So she's looking good. Cosmo Gal's looking pretty good. I guess we gotta get her in the right G3 race, and maybe stamina-wise, that was a little too long for her. So maybe I should look for like a 7 furlong or maybe even a 6 furlong G3 race. And we may be able to actually win that one. 9 furlongs falls within her range, but again, I feel like maybe the stamina was a little bit long on that one. So yeah. How many points are we losing? We were just at 5,700. Now we're not down to... I forgot. The cost is what dictates the money that we lose. I know for Cosmo Gal costs 700 points. For Courtney costs... How much? She costs 240. So that's basically 1,000 points right there. And their Forever Beat costs like 100. So, okay. So we're losing like 1,100 points. So even if we're winning... We have to be winning here because we're losing half of the points that we get from winning just based off of keeping these horses around. I forgot about that for a second. Forever Beat only costs 110. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of her. That's not going to save us anything. Not right now. Like, we're not in a dire situation here. All right, let's do 7 furlongs here. And, yeah, we'll let Cosmo and For Courtney rest up. See what we can do. F1 2020 is ready to use. If anybody does want to follow another game series I'll be playing, not on this channel, but I'll be making a new channel I'll be linking soon for Formula 1 content. Any of my Formula 1 fans out there, I will be making that channel within the next 1 to 2 weeks. And I'll be doing F1 2020 My Career Mode. Really excited for that. I'm still playing 2019. I'm just kind of just getting the most I can out of that game. 2020 I have now. I just wanted to get it while it was on sale, but I wasn't going to play it until I got through my career mode in 2019. I'm still kind of doing that, so I'll be doing that here very soon. So I'll let you guys know when that channel is up and running, and hopefully those of you that also like Formula 1 can go ahead and follow me over there. Anyways, 7 furlongs here, 4 Forever Beat. We're not the favorite, but we have a chance to finish in the money. But again, I mean, this is going to be a grind. I'm only at 55,000 points, and most of the best horses in this game cost like 150K, 125K like minimum, unless you get a steal, which I may just have to start looking for horses that are really good and just at a very manageable price, because at this rate, it's going to take me like 4 years in this game just to get up to 100,000 at this pace. Because like I said, if we win a race, which is like, what, 2,400 points, we end up having to pay basically half of that just to keep all of our horses. And selling this horse I'm racing on now is not going to make a difference. So, you know, that's the cost that comes with having, you know, good horses. You're going to have to pay more to keep them. So we have like no space here. I don't know what's going to happen. We got to get past this horse to the next of us. And if we can, then we can slide right to the inside. But this horse is not letting us overtake. That's annoying. That horse was not letting us go by. And clearly we were the faster one in the bunch. We're going to get 5th place. We're going to get some money there. But again, I was saying, at this rate, I mean, it will literally take 3 or 4 years in this game just to probably get up to 100K in earnings. At this rate, if we continue to do things at this rate, it's going to take a very long time. So I may have to go ahead and try to buy a solid grade 2, potentially a really low tier grade 1 horse, just so we can start racing in those races with more prize money earnings. Because yeah, it's, I mean, this video, I've been recording for 30 plus minutes now. We have won races, we've placed, we have been back and forth money-wise between basically $55,000 and $57,000. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. Like, we're never going to get to a point where I can buy better horses at this rate. So something's going to have to change here. For Courtney, let's go ahead and try to keep her to shorter distances. The Princess Cup, I mean, running her in this race for what? You know, she can run in it, but is that going to... If anything, I'd rather run Cosmo Gal in the race. Can she, though? Because I don't know if that's for 2-year-olds. And it's not. So for Courtney, we'll run in this G1. I don't think she's a G1 capable horse, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. We need money. We need money right now. Cosmo Gal, though, we'll get her again. 87 turf rating, though. Her and Indian Goose, honestly, may be able to produce us a grade 1... A grade 2 horse, I should say. I think Cosmo Gal can run grade 3s. I don't know if she's grade 2. Well, here's a grade 2 right here. We'll see how she does here. If she doesn't finish in the money, then we know she's really not a grade 2 horse. Granted, she still has 2 years to hit her peak, so we could just be kind of making premature assumptions. You know what I mean? But still, I think she's seeing what she can do here against this competition, and we're the favorite, so that's already a good sign. If she's the favorite here in this grade 2 competition, we win this race, that is big, big, big good news for Cosmo Gal. And like I said, add to her profile when we do eventually retire her to breed, that will help with our next original horse, our next foal. So let's make sure we get this win here. And then we'll run her in a grade 1 eventually when it pops up. She came second in a grade 3. This is a grade 2 that she can potentially win. So if we can succeed here, next up on the chopping block is a grade 1. Okay, pacing wise, she's in the blue. She's feeling pretty good. We got good positioning here. So let's make sure that nothing crazy happens. Looking pretty good here. Let's see if we can get her first G2 win. I'm going to let them gas themselves out. Now we're going to go. There we go. Let them gas themselves out a little bit and we can have this really strong surge. Somebody's challenging us. Now I got to go on the whip like crazy. Finish. And we're not going to get there. Gosh darn it. Do I have to start even later on my spurts? I felt like I was starting early, and it's like I'm still not. We're still gassing out at the line, which means we are still starting a little bit early. I started at what, two furlongs basically, and that we're recording with a long shot. Figure that. I'm not gonna go through the post parade. We're just gonna race and just see what we can do. But man, that was a G. I mean, she came second. It's still not a bad effort, but we should have won that race. I would have loved to have won that race. But yeah, we're gassing out, so I may need to start my spurts a little bit later with her, because clearly starting them too soon is not doing us any justice. And it depends on the field too. If I notice that the field is not really going anywhere, I'll start later. If you know what? It all depends. That field they got going sooner, and you see how we blew past them once we waited a little bit. But then we got caught by that other horse who must have been the second favorite. So it's kind of a delicate balance of seeing how fast the field is going. If the field is going really quickly and they want to take off, you know, and go half a furlong ahead of you before you start your spurt, I say let them gas out, because you saw what happened there. I'm like, okay, these horses are going right now. I'm like, they're going to gas out. We blew past them. That wasn't a problem. That doesn't always happen, though. Like I said, sometimes you just have to judge the pace. You have to judge the field. So if we would have started our spurt a little bit later, I think we would have had more stamina in the tank to have made that run last. You know what I mean? Like, look, if I get For Courtney going now, I get her going now. She's top speed. And somebody's like, oh, staying on the whip in this game keeps your horse's speed level at the highest. No, it doesn't. I am whipping the crap out of this horse. And I hate to even think about that and to say that in the same sentence. It did not help. It literally drained her speed faster. And again, that method works when you have like God tier horses in this game. For anybody that doesn't know, God tier horses are essentially horses that are like almost what you would consider perfect stat horses. Like, yeah, their stamina is going to be the highest, their speed is going to be the fastest. Aunt B wins that race. Of course, whipping them for 2 furlongs straight is probably going to work on that horse. It's not going to work on an average horse that can only run in opens and can't even run in graded competition. I thought these were common sense things. The fact that I even have to explain it sometimes is like, golly. None of these gals are ready to run, so we got to give them all a breather. This is what I mean, 1,100 points. We go up, we come down. We're not making any progress financially. So we got to change something up here. And like I said, I don't know what I'm using Forever Beat for. She's going to be at her peak next year. And again, like, what am I using her for? I genuinely don't know. I have no idea. Let's run her in this 8 furlong here. Like I said, at this rate, we're just not going to make... We're not going to get to 100K. We can't even get to 60K at this rate. Cosmo Gal's speed rating goes up to an 80, though. I need to try her. I know we can run that 6 furlong. We can run her in the Philly Cup. I want to see how she does in graded stakes competition at this level. And then that's it. If she doesn't, you know, if we can't do too well, I'll keep her to just opens and grade 3s, just so we can try to stack up what we can. Another 1,100 points, we're down to 50. Like, we're losing money. We're technically losing money now at this rate. So, you know, I don't know if saving money at this point is worth it. I'm not going to get rid of Cosmo Gal. I'm not going to retire her early because she's still... And she's the favorite. Wow. She is the favorite in today's G1. So maybe I don't need to wait to buy a horse that's over 100K. Maybe I just need to find solid original horse, well, solid horses in the shop that are similar to her statistically speaking. Because we're the favorite. I mean, we're the favorite in the G2. We're the favorite today in the G1, but we gotta win. And again, the thing is, I have to watch out for the stamina. Can't go too early, because we're gassing out and we're losing basically in these photo finishes. I have to be patient and just trust that she'll catch him at the wire. Great start. That's a fantastic start here. Now, hopefully we don't use too much of her stamina. She should be fine. Okay. Alright, she should be okay, right? Like this. Cool. So yeah, we're going to be patient with our spurt here. We're not going to start her early. I may even wait till 1.8. I know that may make some people cringe, but I'm just trust me on this, okay? Just trust me. Fast pace, so I may wait till 1.8 depending. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go. Not gonna whip yet. Not gonna whip yet because whipping does drain the stamina a little bit faster. Alright, 1 furlong to go. Now we're gonna get on the whip. Come on. The field is coming. We're catching them. We're catching them. And there's our first G1. What did I just say 30 seconds ago? I think I said something along the words of like, trust me, end quote. Cosmo Gal gets her first G1. That's my first G1 win in this entire series, guys. That's my first G1 win in this series. Like, it just hit me. Oh my gosh. And with a Gallop Racer original and Cosmo Gal. I cannot. She wins the Philly Cup. Oh my God. Gotta watch that replay back. What'd I say? Trust me. Trust me, man. I guarantee you, if I would have listened to somebody that would have told me to start my spurt and start whipping the horse before 2 furlongs, we would have lost that race 100%. Not even 99%. 100% we would have lost that race if I would have listened to somebody who would have told me to start my spurt sooner, whip the horse sooner, yada, 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 the same sob story. It doesn't work for every horse. It blows my mind that people play the game like that, thinking you can do the same thing to every single horse in this game. If that was the case, every horse in this game would have the same exact stats across the board. There's a reason why there are different tiers, different classes, different grades of horses. You have to change your skill, your racing style to that particular horse. You can't whip a horse to death if it doesn't have the stamina to last. It's not going to work. I didn't start getting her going until 1.9 furlongs, and I didn't start whipping her until a furlong to go. And you see what happens. We win by at least 2 lengths. We get her first G1 win. I keep saying it because some people don't get it. You have to tailor each race to your horses specifically. You can't run every horse the same, like I said, unless they all have the same stats. Totally makes sense. You can't take a horse that's basically a grade 1 caliber horse and a horse that's not even capable of running in any grade stakes competition. You can't run them the same. You just can't. That's the whole thing I try to preach when I play this game to some people, to I would say newer people that come to the channel. Those of you that have been here, you are well aware of how I play, but new people that come, why don't you do this? Why aren't you doing that? Because it doesn't work for every horse. It amazes me. I know some people have been playing these games as long as I have, if not longer. And granted, what works for you, but also keep in mind, most of these people I know telling me these things, they have like these perfect stat horses basically. They're not doing this on low tier horses. That's the thing. They're telling me to do this on, telling me to do these things on horses that can't handle that. You know what I mean? It's not gonna work. And for Courtney, we're done putting her in graded competition. She can't run with them, unfortunately. We get our first G1. That's huge for Cosmo Gal. 4 lifetime starts already and 2 wins, one of them being a G1. That is awesome. So she is going to be amazing to use as a broodmare right now. And her stats continue to get better. And gosh, she's only 2 years old. She's still not going to hit her peak until she's 4 years old. That is insane. I'm talking about worrying about grade 1 horses and trying to get one. This is our grade 1 horse right here, honestly. And I didn't even realize it. Cosmo Gal is our grade 1 horse. We just have to be patient with her, make sure we put her in the right races. But I'm worrying about a grade 1 horse, and we literally have one in Cosmo Gal. And we're going to use her in Indian Goose. That should produce us a legitimate grade 1 contender. Even better. Now, this horse, Lovely Ruby, has to be the favorite. And, of course, I mean, look, this horse can run in any preference, any running style on the track. Golly. But we're not too far off with Forever Beat. You see, we're getting decent projections with Forever Beat as far as finishing in the money is concerned, but no wins. No wins. Oh man, that G1 win feels awesome. Never had one in this game in a career mode on hard. Granted, when I used to play this as a kid, of course I played on easy, and I still struggled because I wasn't good at financial management, but you know, I would win grade 1s on easy all the time. I just ended up going bankrupt because I would buy these great horses and I wouldn't manage my money right, and then before you know it, I'm broke. But to actually win a G1 in this game on the hardest difficulty with an original horse, by the way, too. Not a horse that's, you know, that I just already got from the shop. This is an original horse from 2 other horses that I originally had. Bred them together to create Cosmo Gal. She gets her first G1. That's a great feeling, man. There's nothing better than that in the Gallop Racer series. Winning on one of your originals. Alright, we're going to wait till whip. We're going to wait till whip. Man, Forever Beat, I mean, she's not bad. Like I said, she'll finish in the money, but it's like you're not going to get anything. I guess you get consistency out of her. I can't say you're going to get some amazing results, but you get consistency out of her, which is, like I said, in the money finishes. So I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all are to enjoy our blah blah blah. I can't speak. Hopefully y'all are enjoying today. I still can't speak. I just hope you're enjoying the episode. That's all I was trying to say. Why that was so complicated, I don't know. My controller batteries are dying here. Give me a second. I do need some AA. I actually need to order some. There's a store, they always seem to be a little bit more costly than just ordering some off of Amazon in a bigger pack, and you just have to wait like a day, which is nothing. Amazon delivers so fast. I also worked at Amazon, so I know why they're delivering fast. Amazon is a... Ugh. Yeah, I'm not even going to go back into that. Let me tell you, people are only there for the money. People aren't really there because they like working for Amazon. It's literally just that it's decent pay, and the work is easy, but... You know, do you come out feeling like a zombie? Yeah. And I mean a zombie. Oh, man. But yeah, I need some new AA batteries, or AAAs for this controller. Anyways, I'm looking for the schedule here. Bahrain, what time does practice start? Anyways, for Courtney, let's see what she can do. Controller batteries are still dying here. I want to finish this race, but I don't want the batteries... dying. I don't want the controller dying, I should say, you know, before I have a chance to finish. So let me check these batteries right quick. These are AAAs, and I don't think I have any other additional AAAs anywhere, which is unfortunate. So I may have to call it actually after this race. I wanted to record more, but I don't have any other controllers to play with. My PS4 controllers should work, but they always give me an issue when I try connecting them to the PC. I actually just need a regular wired controller. My PS4 controllers are wireless and they can use the USB, but like I said, it doesn't really cooperate the best. My original Xbox controller I had from my Xbox One, that one worked perfectly, but yeah, I'll just try to actually get like a PlayStation wired controller. I should have no issues with that. Because right now I'm just using a regular like wireless DualShock. Alright, let's give this a shot here. See if we can finish this race. Like I said, hopefully controller doesn't come off mid-race. If it does, well, it is what it is. Okay, qual practice 1 starts at 6 a.m. Man, controller batteries are flickering. No bueno. Well, it is what it is. Let's see what we can do. But fortunately, I'll be playing on... What else can I play on here? I could technically play this with keyboard and mouse. I never have. Just even a thought. I might, I might try that. Not in this episode, but I'll play around with it just to see. The thing is, my keyboard is so loud. Like, I just don't want you guys hearing that. Not for this game. Other games where you just click or press one thing and you're set. Okay, but in this game, especially when it comes to the stretch, I don't know. I'll mess around with it. I'll see if I can make keyboard and mouse work. Yeah, see if I can make it work. If that's the case, I'll continue recording later today. Because I'll be busy throughout December. So I want to try to get as much content pre-recorded for you guys as possible. And for Courtney's going to get up here in the 4th place, I think. That was a close one. Thought for 3rd, but I think we just got 4th. And yeah. Alright, not bad. Not a bad result at all for Fort Courtney. So on that note, speaking of keyboard and mouse, because I'm wide awake here, I want to continue to record. And Formula One's practice, for anybody that obviously keeps up, starts in about 3 hours from now, for my time. So, nothing else for me to do at this point. I definitely don't want to go to sleep. Wow! Horse of the Year goes to Crazy Winner. Best Sprinter and Miler goes to Fresh Light. Best Dirt Horse goes to Silly Night. Best Older Colt, Odd Cowboy. Older Filly, Crazy Expert. Older Colt, Crazy Winner. Best 3-year-old filly, Aunt B. Best 2-year-old colt, Far Pride. And look who gets Best 2-year-old filly of the year. And no doubt from winning that Filly Cup. It is our own Cosmo Gal. Told you guys I love the fillies, man. I love my fillies. I love the gals. They just, you know, the gals that are really solid horses, they always end up just being so special, man. Truly. Jockey-wise, I don't care. We only ran 23 times. I don't think I'll ever get up to a point where I'm going to run like 100 races in a year. And what do you even get for winning like as a jockey thing in this game? Is it just an award? Do you get any additional money for it? Like what actually happens? Look at Cosmo Gal, man. Look at her. She still has a whole nother year until she's at her peak. That's insane. That's insane to me. Like, she's still not even at her strongest, and she's already she gets 2-year-old filly of the year. Now she's gonna be running against some tougher competition with 3-year-olds, but I think we'll be able to handle it, generally speaking. And using her in Indian Goose, I think will be perfect. Now, some people may be against it, but if you guys have been paying attention, when it comes to breeding in this game, sometimes things that you don't think would make sense actually ends up making more sense. Now, the only issue and concern is that Indian Goose is not a speed horse, right? So if I breed him in Cosmo Gal, we should get a solid horse overall. But at the same time, you look at his stamina. He's got 83 stamina. Cosmo Gal basically has an 80 speed rating. So breeding those two, I don't know what we're going to get. You know what I mean? And I still would prefer to probably breed a distance horse with Indian Goose if I can find one. You know, because I mean, he's not the greatest of horses. What, he's an 80 overall for turf, a 77 for dirt. He's average as far as that goes. His spurt is slow. Star ratings, his highest star rating is 3. You know what I mean? That I can't even remember. Okay, so he raced 20 times. He won 3 races. So I mean, not terrible. Yeah. So you know. Cosmo Gal, she's special. I don't know if I would want to risk breeding her with him and potentially just get an average horse out of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, let's look in the horse shop now. Let's look for a decent colt. Silly Hawk. Wish I could. But look at, I mean, the Silly Hawk actually isn't bad. His speed rating is awful because he's not a sprinter. He's clearly a distance horse. He can run 10 to 16 furlongs. His stamina 85, 86. 5-star ratings for 3 categories, so his cost is $13.90. So you know breeding him with somebody is going to be worth it because he's also not going to hit his peak until he's 6 years old. So you're talking about you have longevity with this horse. You can essentially race him until he's at the age of retirement. but that cost. Blah. Now, Sonic Kite. Let's take a look at this horse. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Horses that are still within my price range that are similar to those really good horses in stats. Now, look. Sonic Knight, another distance horse. He can run the same distance as Silly Hawk, and his stamina is only about 4 points lower. Now, does he have any 5-star ratings? No. His cost is 720, still not bad. And again, he's not going to hit his peak closer till 5 years old. I would buy him, but we don't need another male distance horse. We technically need a filly for Indian Goose. We got quite a few fillies here. Far Ocean. I need to look for a filly with a really good stamina rating and a high cost, preferably. So, Dear Moon, 4-star ratings for most stats, 8 to 12 furlongs. Her stamina 75, and she costs 550. That's not terrible. I'm gonna look through all these fillies. 74, 75, 8 to 12 furlongs for local star. She costs 430. So we're gonna keep our eyes on, who is it? Dear Moon. Yeah, we're gonna keep our eyes on her. I think she might be good to use with Indian Goose. Super Amy? Or Super Army, excuse me. Ooh. She actually is the best so far. Look, she costs less. This is what I mean. Sometimes there's gems in the horse shop that aren't the most expensive horses. You know what I mean? Look at this. Super Army. She's 88 overall turf rating. And look at her stamina. 81 and 83. She's very close to Indian Goose's stamina. She's got 4-star ratings for gates, or excuse me, for guts and temper. She can run 10 to 13 furlongs, so we know she has the distance on her. She costs 510. She's going to hit her peak really soon. I'm going to go ahead and acquire her. We can race her a couple of times, and then we'll retire her, and we'll breed her with Indian Goose like ASAP. As soon as we're done racing her, we'll breed her with Indian Goose, and we should get a really solid distance horse. Honestly, we should get a really solid distance horse with her and Indian Goose. I mean, imagine we can get a distance horse close to like stamina rating of like a 90 or something. That would be fantastic. We may not have the speed, but we know stamina wise, especially if their spurt rating is average, we know we can get them started a lot sooner. It'll take them a little bit longer to catch up because they won't have the speed, but we know they're not going to gas out. So that'll be a plus. Let me save. We've actually made a lot of progress, and I don't want to lose it, so let's save right quick. That would be awful. Alright, so like I said, we're gonna run her like, I don't know, once, twice, whatever we need to do. Now my controller's acting like the batteries are fine. This is what's her distance? 10 to 13. Let's see. I'm not going to run her in anything lower than 10 because she doesn't have the speed to run in anything lower than 10. So we can't get her in her first race until the end of February. It is what it is. Oh, Fort Courtney's getting up there. She's a 4-year-old now. This is going to be her best year. She only costs 240. I'll retire her as a brood mare just because, you know, if we can find a cheap colt to breed with her. I mean, that strategy is actually working for me, right? If we have a horse that's like okay, and then we still want to breed them, we find an average horse, and we've been able to come out with some decent offspring, you know? In this game, sometimes that strategy works. You don't necessarily have to breed the two best, even though that's obviously what you want to aim for. But if I don't want to waste Fort Courtney, because, I mean, selling her is only going to give us, what, 5,100, which is not worth it to me. I would much rather just still retire her as a brood mare and just find a colt that costs like 3 or 5K, breed those two, and just see what we can get out of them. You know what I mean? We might be able to get kind of a gem there. Forever Bee, pretty much the same thing. That's kind of what I'm going to do with these horses. Just find really cheap ones I can breed them with, and still get some decent originals, and then we just kind of continue to kind of make those lines work from there. Now the controller's acting up again. So guys, on that note, that is going to do it for this episode. We are literally almost at the 1 hour mark. In fact, we're 30 seconds off of it. So appreciate your love and support on the channel. As always, like I said, I'm going to try to configure keyboard and mouse to see if it's actually enjoyable and not a nuisance with my keyboard. If it is, then obviously I'll continue to record. If not, I'll have to wait till I get some new batteries, which will only be, like I said, maybe 2 days from now. Anyways, So in the meantime, I will substitute this gameplay for Final Stretch, Horse Racing Manager Sim 1 with the harness horse racing that we're doing over there. I want to get back into that because I don't think I'm going to make it through the entirety of that game into like 10 seasons. I just feel like I'm going to go bankrupt, which means I may just need to play that game on an easier difficulty if that does happen. But yeah, that's what we'll end up doing. But appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel as always. Until next time, though, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you have a great, fantastic day. See ya.